On the phone with us right now, we have the outstanding Carmel Quinn. Hello.
Oh, how are you, love?
I'm great, thanks, Carmel. How are you?
Great, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much,
I don't
Carmel.
know how the people put up with you so long.
That's what I keep asking them, Carmel. I keep saying, what do you keep having me here for?
They've got the patience of a saint.
They certainly do. So, how are you doing?
Everybody loves you, Jim, and I just hope there'll be many, many more years.
Well, thank you, Carmel, and you've been a big part of this show in the whole 30 years I've been here. And you know that. Your music, and it's
I've
just...
come 30 years and I'm only 30.
Well, I started the show when I was 9, so I'm only 39, so... And
That's great, and you'll keep it going, and maybe someday I'll get to your town and do a nice concert.
Oh, Carmel, that would be wonderful. I'd look forward to that, because it's been a while since you've been to Brockton.
And is your partner on with you?
She is here, and so is State Senator Tom Kennedy.
Oh, my goodness.
How do you do, Carmel?
Hello, how are you?
I saw you in performance at Stonehill College a few years back. You did such a marvelous job. You had everybody on their feet and cheering, and
oh, thank you.
Well,
I love what I do, and I enjoy singing, and I have great fun with the audience always.
You're such a talent and a legend.
I hope everything's going well with you.
Thank God, everything's fine. Thank God, yeah.
Thank God, he's good, isn't he?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'll tell you, I won't keep any of you because I know you've probably a lot of chat to do.
Carmel, it's always great.
I'm listening to his politics till it's coming out my ears.
It's always good to talk to you. I'll never forget one time I had you on the show, and right in the middle of the conversation, you had a squirrel running around your feet. Do you remember that?
God, I'll never forget it.
Me either.
Forget it. I tell you, really, you shouldn't have planted that.
Well, actually we didn't. We know it's a squirrel that had a very good taste in music.
Yes.
So that's why he came down your chimney.
Honest to God, that's right. I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And I tried to be poised while I was really ready to scream my head off.
Yeah.
But I hope everything goes well tonight, and you're doing a good show, and you've got good company of Mr. Kennedy there.
Absolutely, Carmel.
And I'm just going to watch the game. I'm not a big football person.
Yeah.
But I want the Giants to win.
What about Irish football?
Oh, yeah. I mostly my brothers all played soccer.
Okay, yep.
And I got into that. And my father was he was a violinist. He was a musician, but he was also a bookmaker.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell Mr. Kennedy it's legal in Ireland.
I know, but turf accountants.
And so I would go to the races a lot with my father and help him write down the names of the runners and pray down at the winning post that the favourite wouldn't win. For a little girl, it was a lot,
Oh, absolutely.
But I love the horses. I love horses.
Yeah.
So, it's, I'm going to watch this just a little.
Oh, yeah.
Just to make sure that they win.
Absolutely.
And so, listen, I'll let you back to your company and have a great evening.
Yeah, and Dale would like to say hello to you too, Carmel.
Hi. Hello, Carmel.
Hi, love. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Great. Couldn't be better, thank God.
So good to hear from you.
How's your dad?
Oh, my father passed away almost 2 years ago. I'm sorry.
Wait now, did I not know that?
That's okay.
Oh,
We were just reminiscing about the times you had called and how much it meant to him, and he was telling all the neighbors about it, and it was an event in his life, because I was brought up with your music, so
Oh, that's great.
it was an honor.
And you're well yourself, Dale?
Very much so, thank you.
That's great. And that's the same as myself. I'm blessed. They say it's hard to kill an old thing.
It's so nice.
Listen, I'll let you all go and have a great evening, and congratulations and many, many more years.
Thank you, Carmel.
Thank
we hope
you.
you'll be in this area sometime soon.
I hope so. All right, love. Bye-bye.
Bye, Carmel.
Bye.
That's Carmel Quinn here on WXBR 1460. Boy, I still remember the days when I was a kid hearing her on the Arthur Godfrey show, and then the TV shows when they started TV, and, you know.
She's ageless, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah.
Never stops. She's here, there, and everywhere.
So where is she when she's calling from there?
New Jersey.
She
She
lives
lives in New Jersey, yeah.
Does she? Oh.
Yeah. That's why she's a Giants fan.
That's right, sure.
Yeah.
Well.
But if her dad was still around, he'd convince her otherwise.
So where's she from on Ireland?
I think she's from Dublin.
Is she?
I think so, yeah.
Brogue, doesn't she?
She does. Yeah, she does. Yeah.
I mean, Arthur Godfrey. She was just a young thing then, wasn't she?
I know she was,
She
yeah.
had to be. Those pictures show. But she really hasn't changed much.
No, that's
No.
for sure.
Yeah.
And she's still got full of spunk.
Yeah,
and,
she was so
you know,
funny. At Stonehill, she performed with a fellow at the piano. And, she'd stop in the middle of a rendition and start telling stories and
Yeah.
jokes. And,
Yeah.
oh, hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, everyone loved it. It was a full house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know years ago, about 3 years ago maybe, she was going to write a book, and she of all these stories, and she was recording them on CD, and she was sending them to me as she was doing them, and she said that she wanted me to have them 6 months before any other radio station anywhere would have them, so that, you know, and she was just so good like that. But I never heard, I meant to ask her if what's the story with the book that had come out, but I forgot.
Yeah. But she'd have an audience out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, wonderful
How'd you
lady.
get to know her so?
What's that?
How'd you get to know her so well?
Just from having her on the show.
She's a big fan of yours.
Yeah, I mean, she's great. I grew up with her music and seeing her, and when I started the show, she was one of the first guests I had on when she was here in Brockton with Patty Noonan.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't. She wasn't one of the first, because it was. I think they had 2 Patty Noonan shows, and then somebody wanted her to fill in as the female vocalist. Do you remember that?
I
And
know,
she
yeah.
came here to Brockton, and she
At the high school, maybe.
at the high school, yeah. Yeah, and I think that was the first time I actually had her on the air, and she'd call in a couple of times a year, and she's always great to hear from her.
He's such a big shot, but not at all. No.
No.
None of them are.
No, they're not, no.
Father was
They're
telling
just-
all the neighbors he was talking to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know. See?
Yeah, that was weird. We were talking one night, Carmel and I, on the phone, and she asked how your radio host is. I says, oh, she's doing good, but her dad's a little under the weather. And Carmel says, really? She says, would you like me to call him up and cheer him up? And I said, geez, he'd love that. So she called the house, and he almost died when she said, this is Carmel Quinn. And he's going around the neighborhood telling everybody, you know, Carmel Quinn called me.
I don't know if they believed him.
I didn't even think your brother believed it when he said that.
But
right?
she had left me a message, and I played it for my brother, and he was just awestruck.